This weekend, the Piedmont Fire Department led a wildfire evacuation exercise. We worked with a neighborhood to evacuate from their homes. The rest of the city participated in an at-home exercise that helped them plan and prepare for what to do when they have to evacuate. After all that, everyone was invited down to the firehouse to hear from real-world evacuees, first responders who have been to the wildfires down in Los Angeles, as well as to share their experience and their plans with the community. Really appreciate everybody being out here today. So we are here to do our second community wildfire evacuation exercise. The first one was back in 2022. So for our perspective, the objectives we have are there: operational coordination, operational communication, and public information and warning. The purpose of this exercise today really is to help the community learn what it takes to evacuate, get them out of the neighborhood, but also present them with the realistic challenges of getting out, which is us going into work. Firefighters train every day, so we put on community wildfire evacuation exercises so that the community can train and help us learn how to improve our response to a wildfire. By holding these exercises, community members get the real-world experience of leaving their homes and finding a way out of their neighborhood, which may not be the way they would normally go. It also gives people an opportunity to interact with firefighters and police officers who are coming into the neighborhood as they're getting out, which helps us identify easier ways in and out on streets that may be narrow and crowded in a real-world emergency.
This is a drill. There's a fire. Please evacuate. Head down towards Blair and Highland. Please head down towards Highland.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to this year's wildfire evacuation exercise, and this is our community debriefing. So let me ask, how many of you did the at-home exercise this morning? Hands up. Oh, very good. All right, how many of you evacuated from the neighborhood that we were targeting today? All right, also good turnout. Very nice. Excellent.
My name is Brian Gidney. I'm a lieutenant with the Piedmont Fire Department, and I think opportunities like this that the fire department in the city provides are a great reminder for everybody to be prepared, to take steps to be ready in the event of an emergency. It's a great opportunity to make sure that everything is in place so that you don't have to worry about it and you can rest easy and know that when the time comes that you'll be able to respond.
A lot of you and a lot of people in the neighborhood had to evacuate Piedmont in the 91 fire. And that was before emergency alerting. That was, a lot of things have changed since then. So I thought, what a great opportunity to hear from somebody who just recently went through this tragedy and is recovering from it and has a lot of really great knowledge and experience to share. So this is Diane Jimenez. She is staying with us in Piedmont for several months now, and I'll turn it over to you.
What I really want to communicate that I can't say over and over again is if there's a fire, be prepared. Have the action plan. We never had the opportunity in Altadena for our firefighters to present an action plan to us. I would follow it and have everything in order, like take photos of the inside of your house, make sure that you have all of your paperwork scanned ahead of time, and that you have a place for your pet. Some people didn't leave because, like my neighbor, they were afraid that they wouldn't have a place for a pet. Your pet can't survive without you, so just leave.
So what happened today is the scenario was a fire in Blair Park. wind driven, spreads up the canyon towards the houses, and we have to evacuate. I know I was in my vehicle up in the neighborhood driving around, and I encountered problems, both with first responders as well as residents, where we had tight squeezes getting in and out, and our folks getting up in an event where people are driving out. But what that tells me too is a lot of you went out on foot, and I know we ran into a lot of you going out on foot, which is great. To be thinking about 2 ways to get out of a neighborhood is always important, both directionally and modality. You can drive, you can walk, you can bike, you can wheelchair, whatever it takes to get out. Knowing multiple ways is critical. So that's one big takeaway we'd like you to have from today.
On January 7th, the wind was going crazy. Our electricity on the west side of Altadena had been turned off. And I could see the fire already from my window. And but I thought, okay, it's under control. They're going to let us know because we live in the foothills. Altadena is about 13 and a half miles from Los Angeles. It's in the San Gabriel foothills. But prior to that, we had been getting, years past, prepared to evacuate. So that's what I was waiting for. And so was everybody else. And they had turned off the electricity, so I thought, okay, I'll sit tight.
But I want to introduce Captain Mike Carlisle. So he's one of our most senior captains. He led the team that responded from Piedmont down to the Palisades fire this year. They were base camped up in northern Malibu.
The biggest priority that we carry is life safety, right? So sometimes the decision has to be made is how do we achieve that? So sometimes that's going and putting the fire out really quick and eliminating the problem so there's not a life safety problem, or recognizing that this fire is not something that you're going to be able to get out, and now you need to get ahead of it and deal with the life safety issue.
What happened was a transformer exploded. Although Southern California Edison turned off the electricity on the west side, they failed to turn off the electricity on what's considered the east side of Altadena. So that fire rapidly spread, and like I said, I could see the fire from my window, but I didn't hear, there was no evacuation warning, so we were waiting for the news. What happened then was we didn't hear anything until 3 o'clock in the morning to evacuate. And so it was very chaotic because now the winds are really gusting.
Like I said, most important factor is getting you folks out. The sooner we get everybody out, the sooner we can really get to work on putting the actual fire out and protecting your properties.
So it was like flames galore. And I really should have left beforehand because there's nothing, your prized possession is your body. Because without it, you cannot do anything after that. You can't survive.
I lived higher up in the hills in Montclair during the big Oakland Hills fire, so I had some experience with that. My area was voluntarily but not mandatorily evacuated. After I evacuated, only in retrospect did I learn I took the wrong stuff. I took the stuff with me that was valuable but could be replaced.
If there is something that you know that you can't live without, and it's feasible for you to take it, make sure you have that thing close. It's just because I have some friends and they're missing that one thing, or some of them remembered that one thing, and it could be something simple, a ring, a photograph, an actual photograph, not a scanned one, because if you have to leave and you're away from your home for a long time, you need that one thing that's going to give you comfort.
Today's turnout was phenomenal, and I just want to appreciate all the residents.
I thought today's exercise was really successful. We learned a lot from the community. I think the community had a lot of information they could learn from.
And this was very useful because it made us think through everything. So we're going to get up a list of everything that we have to do, since my husband has to have medications, big time medications, and we can't just pack them up. We have to have a list to say, put these in the bag, put these in the bag, and then get the hell out.
it brings it to the fore so people will think about it maybe before we have our fire.
Even though I could see the fire, something in my head thought this can't be that bad, or else they would have let us know. So something in the communication broke down, and what I want to communicate with you is go with your gut feeling. I should have left, and that's what I should have left a lot sooner. I could see the fire. I mean, it was right there in front of me.
Preparing for wildfire isn't something you can just do once. We learned the hard way in Malibu that every home is at risk. So anyone in Piedmont, whether you participated in our wildfire evacuation exercise last week or not, should go to our website for more information. We encourage you to book some time with your household and do the wildfire at home exercise, which is still on the website. There's lots of good information about vegetation management. There's information on how to harden your home against wildfire. Learn how to get AC alerts and stay connected with your neighbors. All of that and more is available at piedmont.ca.gov/wildfire, because this is a reality of living in California.